The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 is out, and spoiler alert because we have much to discuss, starting with Joel is dead. I was shocked, Kim. As someone who doesn't know the game, I'm shocked. It's Episode 2!
I know. So yeah, I do know the game. I've known this was coming since like the whole thing started.
Kim, we worked together. You could have told me.
I'm kind of surprised I didn't, but here's the thing. I didn't know how they were going to do it. They've changed other things about the game.
Right.
I thought maybe, especially because everyone loves Pedro Pascal, they would stretch it out somehow so where it happened later in the season, especially when they've been talking about the second game being split into 2 seasons. Like, and I could see them doing it where it like ended season 2 and then boom, season 3 is the rest of it. But yeah, no, I know.
Is he going to be in it at all?
Yeah,
I'm kind of floored.
So knowing all this, when I spoke to co-showrunners Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann a few weeks ago, like I was like, basically, like, what do you say to people who love him and
me?
Yeah, right, and him and Bella together, Bella Ramsey together. And Craig Mazin said, rest assured, like we're gonna have plenty of the two of them in this season.
We do get to see them quite a bit together this season, and we also get to see interesting things happening with them, more, I think, than what we saw in season 1. Season 1, it's a beautiful relationship and a wonderful journey, but in its own way, it's very simple. And this one is way more complicated, and I think in its conclusion, very resonant. It gives you a lot to think about, and it, I think, also has a beautiful note of hope running through it. So on behalf of all the Bella and Pedro stands out there, I'm here to say yes, good amount heading your way.
There are flashbacks in the game.
Okay.
I'm thinking there's going to be even more flashbacks in the show.
I kept thinking, like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
So when she was beating him, you were like, this is just, they're going to pull back at some point.
I thought it was going to be a cliffhanger, and I wouldn't know, honestly. It was so sad. I could wrap my head around him dying from the infected or something, or like some tragic accident, but they really got to it really quick. Like, that girl found him so easily. I thought it was going to be more of a journey.
I know. I mean, there's a couple things, right? Like, he saves her life. I thought maybe that would give her, but that happens in the game too. But I thought maybe that would give.
I thought she was going to have to convince her friends not to kill him, and she was going to be like, no, he saved me. I thought that the tides were going to turn.
They did not. What did you think of when Ellie shows up and sees him there?
That was a very powerful. I was like getting emotional. I thought Bella Ramsey gave a great performance. That was so sad.
I actually was a little worried about myself. I think it's because I knew it was coming. But when he's like clearly dying, I felt nothing. I know. I have a couple theories. Okay. One is that I'm a psychopath, but I'm hoping that's not the case. The second is that much like it is in the game, his face is beaten into submission. It's very hard to see his features. So we're not getting the full Pedro Pascal as Joel face. Right. But what did like really hurt for me was when Ellie comes in, she sees him on the ground. There's a moment where she, like the penny drops and she knows we are not going to be able to patch things up.
Yes.
Everything is lost. Like,
I know.
Right? This person.
I'm getting chills, Kim. I'm serious. That was like the saddest part.
Right? Like this person that I've basically thrown away time with. I mean, I'm not saying it was wrong. He did some stuff that was bad, but this person that I've basically been ignoring, I now will never get to talk to again. And that was.
I'm glad though she did show up. Because he was still alive at that point. Yeah. Don't know how much he could, see or hear or think. No, but I don't know. I feel like they patched things up kind of in that moment, in a way.
They patched nothing up, but at least...
No, like he knew. Because if she didn't ever show up, he would have died and not known if she cared or anything. But she cared. So it was like, we have these problems. We're not patching them up, but...
I will give you that.
But I obviously don't want you to die, and I still love you.
I know.
We're family.
Did you notice when she was like, Joel, get up. Yeah. And he's like... It's just like puddle of goo, and he's like still trying to like get like. I was like, oh my god, he's doing it for her. What did we think of Abby's whole explanation of what was happening? Because we didn't know why she wanted him, right?
Abby, you're a brat. Get over it. First of all, if we're trying to rebuild,
do you hear yourself?
I'm just saying, if we're trying to rebuild society, we do not go eye for an eye. Okay, that's crazy. Because now what? Is Ellie gonna kill you, Abby? Better watch out.
I mean, there's a whole rest of the season, right? But look, I'm no Abby apologist. I love Joel too. Everyone does messed up things. But like, not only did he kill her dad was like the only one that could have possibly ended the pandemic.
Okay. I think I just have empathy for everyone involved. We all have done difficult things in this pandemic.
My God.
It was just crazy that she's like, you killed these people. And it's like, well, you're killing someone too now.
Can we now talk about the siege on Jackson?
Kim, I was saying this earlier. Like, how are these mushroom people so good at running?
They're so fast.
They're so fast. They're so athletic. I was shocked at the just amount of people. I thought that the town did a pretty good job. Like, they had a lot in place to protect themselves. I was kind of surprised.
To have it happen during a blizzard. And then we had the giant...
The Mushroom King. The giant Mushroom King with really small arms, weirdly. It's like they ran out of a CGI budget.
T-Rex of infected.
Yeah. That was actually crazy.
I will say that did not happen in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that we're in like uncharted territory here. We talked a little bit about this about the last episode, but there is a little bit of a false sense of security in that community that has now been obliterated, right? So I wonder how people are going to react to that, like what that will mean for Tommy and Maria, what that means for like Ellie and her friends.
And how are they even going to rebuild?
I don't know about you, but I'm simultaneously both looking forward to and really dreading when Ellie and Tommy see each other again after this all happens, because he doesn't know yet.
I know, there's a lot to unpack.
There's a lot to unpack. But yeah, I'm hanging on really hard to what Craig Mazin told us. Like, there's more Joel and Ellie. We will see more. At least the stuff from the game, hopefully more. And that is going to have to be my touchstone for the rest of this season.